This is Africa. In the annals of American history, one name resonates with the cadence of courage and the melody of resistance: Rosa Parks. Often hailed as the mother of the civil rights movement, Parks's life is a testament to the indomitable spirit of one woman who, with a simple act of defiance, ignited a flame that would illuminate the path toward justice and equality. From the segregated buses of Montgomery, Alabama, to the hallowed halls of the United States Congress, Rosa Parks' journey is a symphony of resilience, determination, and a profound commitment to the ideals of freedom and equality. Rosa Louise Macaulay was born on this day, February 4th, 1913, in Tuskegee, Alabama, United States of America, a place and time steeped in the rigid and oppressive structures of Jim Crow segregation. Raised by her grandparents on a small farm, young Rosa developed an early awareness of the glaring inequities that defined the lives of African Americans in the South. The seeds of activism were planted in the fertile soil of her consciousness, nurtured by stories of resistance and the whispers of a better future. Despite the racial divides that marked her childhood, Rosa excelled in her studies. Education became a beacon of hope, a tool she could wield to challenge the status quo. Her schooling at the Industrial School for Girls in Montgomery and later at the Alabama State Teachers College provided a foundation upon which she would build a legacy of social change. In 1932, at the age of 19, Rosa Macaulay married Raymond Parks, a barber and committed civil rights activist. Raymond's influence further catalyzed Rosa's burgeoning sense of social justice. The couple became deeply involved in local activism, joining the Montgomery chapter of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP, and working tirelessly to challenge the racial injustices that permeated every facet of Southern life. Rosa Parks' life in Montgomery, like the city itself, was a microcosm of the racial tensions that defined the American South. She worked as a seamstress, stitching garments for white families while navigating the rigid boundaries of segregation. Yet, in the midst of this adversity, Rosa's spirit remained unbroken. Her work with the NAACP and her involvement in voter registration efforts were quiet yet impactful notes in the symphony of civil rights activism. The defining moment in Rosa Parks' life, and indeed in the broader narrative of the civil rights movement, unfolded on the 1st of December 1955 on a Montgomery City bus. Parks, returning from work, took a seat in the colored section of the bus. As the journey progressed, the bus filled, and when the driver demanded that Parks and three other African American passengers relinquish their seats for white passengers, she chose a different melody. On that fateful day, Rosa Parks refused to yield her seat to a white man, an act of defiance that reverberated far beyond the confines of that bus. Her arrest for violating segregation laws became the spark that ignited the Montgomery bus boycott, a sustained protest against racial segregation on the city's public transit system. The boycott, orchestrated by a young and charismatic minister named Martin Luther King Jr., marked a crescendo in the struggle for civil rights. African Americans in Montgomery, led by the Women's Political Council and the Montgomery Improvement Association, walked miles to work, refusing to ride the buses until they were desegregated. Parks, with a resolute demeanor and quiet strength, became the face of this protest, a symbol of resistance against the oppressive forces of racial segregation. For over a year, the Montgomery bus boycott persisted, challenging the economic and social fabric of the city. The boycott's success, culminating in a Supreme Court ruling that declared segregation on public buses unconstitutional, was a watershed moment in the civil rights movement. Rosa Parks' act of civil disobedience, a solitary note of protest, had transformed into a symphony of collective action. While Rosa Parks' pivotal role in the Montgomery bus boycott elevated her to national prominence, life after the boycott was not a seamless melody. She and her husband faced economic hardship as both lost their jobs due to their activism. Threats and intimidation became a part of their daily existence. Parks, however, did not waver in her commitment to the cause of civil rights. In 1957, the Parks family left Montgomery in search of a safer haven. They settled in Detroit, Michigan, United States of America, where Rosa continued her activism and found work as a seamstress and an office assistant. Her life in Detroit was marked by a commitment to community service as she worked for Congressman John Conyers and devoted herself to advancing civil rights causes and educational initiatives. Rosa Parks' contribution to the civil rights movement extended beyond the Montgomery bus boycott. Her activism continued for decades, making her a revered figure in the fight against racial injustice. Parks participated in the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom in 1963 and witnessed the signing of the Voting Rights Act in 1965. Her journey took her to the halls of academia, where she lectured on civil rights and social justice. Parks co-founded the Rosa L. Parks Scholarship Foundation, providing financial assistance to college-bound high school seniors. Her autobiography, Rosa Parks: My Story, published in 1992, offered a first-hand account of her life and the pivotal role she played in the struggle for civil rights. In 1999, Rosa Parks received the nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, from President Clinton. This prestigious accolade recognized a lifelong dedication to the pursuit of justice and equality. Parks's humility in the face of such recognition reflected the quiet strength that had characterized her entire life. The medal was not only a tribute to Parks as an individual, but also a symbol of the countless individuals who had participated in the struggle for civil rights. It was a recognition of the seamstresses, laborers, ministers, and ordinary citizens who had collectively composed the symphony of the civil rights movement. On October 24th, 2005, the world mourned the passing of Rosa Parks. Her death marked the end of an era, but her legacy persisted in the continuing struggles for justice and equality. Parks's funeral, attended by dignitaries, civil rights leaders, and ordinary citizens, was a testament to the profound impact she had on the collective consciousness of the nation. The echoes of Parks's activism reverberated through the corridors of power and resonated with those who continued the fight for civil rights in the 21st century. Her legacy became a guiding melody for subsequent generations, a reminder that one person's act of courage could transform the course of history. Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat on that Montgomery bus was not merely a solitary act of defiance, it was a pivotal note in a symphony of resistance that changed the course of American history. Her life became a testament to the belief that ordinary individuals, through acts of courage and conviction, could challenge and dismantle oppressive systems.